swear to God, dude.
All right, back to what I was saying. It's 2022, nigga. It's so many ways to send a fucking some notes. Shut up, Jerome.
We live too. That's all I was gonna tell your goofy ass. But so you talking about it's 2022 and we send it. Listen, dog.
Then couldn't make it to 5 minutes.
No, we didn't make it to 5 minutes at all. We made it to 30 seconds into the damn show. Kyrie and his damn Samsung phone is fucking up the whole workflow of the podcast.
I don't care.
Only motherfucker in the world that want to go get a goddamn Samsung for some reason. Why that he thought it was deemed necessary to get a Samsung.
I'm mad because I be on Apple Dick.
No, it's just a better product, bro. No, it's just a better product. It ain't even. We ain't even gotta go there. It's just a better product.
Listen, dog, I don't even understand. Listen. One thing I don't understand is how I'm like not in the conversation and I automatically end up getting blamed for something. So listen, like why y'all sitting up here talking about Kyrie and this punk ass Samsung? So I just get a text message, right? This text message has nothing to do with me at all. One of our friends just sold an investment property, right? And and everybody know I do photography. He gonna literally say, everybody was congratulating him for selling this investment property. He gonna literally say V will be on BS for not taking pictures. What? I'm like nowhere in the vicinity for this conversation to be going on, and I'm getting blamed for this, dog. Like what exactly is going on here?
You shouldn't be good at taking pictures, bro. You don't take pictures.
Nobody. How the fuck I'm gonna be good at taking pictures? Nobody even asked me about taking a picture. Like I mean, like I just don't understand.
BG, listen, BG, he wrong, bro. He wrong, bro. Straight up.
Because, listen, I'm texting.
He's having technical difficulties, so.
Hey, it's one of them days for Unlabeled Podcast. But welcome back, Jerome.
Yeah, I don't even know if the OBS even fell off or anything, dog. What the hell are you laughing at, Montre?
Nothing, man.
Hey, dog, because today just funny, bro. Like,
listen. So, listeners, like, if y'all want to know what happened, right?
They can't hear us.
They can't hear us.
Well, no, Tiffany said she can't hear, but Mr. Reese heard because he said Team Samsung.
Well, Tiffany, turn your damn thing.
All right, Tiffany deleted it. She deleted it. All right. So we good.
So I hope everybody can hear us now because, bro, listen. No, we lost you, I think. Am I back?
Oh, you know what happened? Whatever you just did, kick the audio out. So okay. You connect to everything. Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Tiffany said, "This is gonna be a good show, y'all." Silly, hell yeah!
This is not gonna be a good show. My niggas got Samsungs out here.
I told y'all he was gonna come back angry.
Hey, I am angry.
All right, and then just talking about niggas. Hey, my phone was free $99. Ain't nobody in the chat finna disagree. When it's upgrade time, you know what time it is. I do this every year,
bro.
I told y'all I put you on my plan, bro.
We gonna put you.
How much I hate y'all at Samsung.
I wish they had a dope plan B because we put you on a dope plan B.
My Samsung TV, so I'm not bashing.
Anyway,
yeah,
anyway, back to what I was saying about these pictures and whatnot. But anyway, so technical difficulties have ensued, as y'all can see. So that was why we started 15 minutes late today. But we still was gonna bring y'all a Thursday episode of the podcast. But Kyrie got a Samsung. Montre. I don't even know what to say about Montre that hasn't been said about Afghanistan. Let me think.
Absolutely. Listen, I thought you wanted the podcast, but it seemed like you want to read.
Hey, y'all, and we veterans, so we can talk like this. By the way,
why? Because we served our country. That means we can start like we can talk like this.
We can say whatever we want to.
Well. Okay, I guess I can introduce the podcast since we didn't sit up here and BS for long enough. Listeners, welcome back to another episode of Unlabeled the Podcast. I'm your illustrious host, Jerome Williams. Y'all know what we're here to do tonight. We're here to uplift the voices of the black community, the black and marginalized community. I got my good friend Kyrie Greer in the building. How you feeling, Kyrie?
I'm hungry as hell. I ate all day, but I'm doing excellent. And and I ain't gonna lie, seeing my guys, bro, put me in a good mood because I ain't even had no energy before we got on here, and now just, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, my niggas, bro.
Dog, I hate you so much. Hey, dog, and also have my good friend Montre Brown in the building. How you feeling, Montre?
I'm just blessed that you allowed me back on the show. I mean, it's a really good day. I've been in the comment sections. Everybody's seen me. We signed a contract. You know, I'm just trying to fulfill a contract, and I'm just happy to be back. So I won't be saying too much today, guys. There won't be too much cursing or anything like that today. So
you don't want to.
I'm glad to be back, Jerome. Thanks.
You don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess up the algorithm.
No, I just don't want to get kicked off again. So
no, you mess up the algorithm. So I'm saying, like, you're not in that kind of mood this week.
No, I don't want to get kicked off. So I guess that means that I don't want to mess with the algorithm. So. Okay.
I
want to get banned.
That's good. Yeah. I don't know how constructive this podcast is gonna be today, but this is what kind of mood I'm in. Oh, hold on a second. That's not the kind of mood I'm in. Not the silence mood. That's not the type of mood I'm in. Y'all apologize. Did y'all hear anything? Y'all didn't hear nothing? Nothing at all? Okay.
Man,
what? I'm making sure y'all didn't hear nothing.
Not to laugh over here.
Yeah, bro, laugh. What you talking about? Like, but this is the type of mood I'm in. Bro, hold on a second. That's not the type of mood I'm in. What the fuck is going on over here today?
Are you trying to play music right now?
Listen, bro, I done hit this damn play button. I know it's not working. I done hit this play button about 5 times, dog, and it refuses to play the music today. Hold on a second. I gotta
this
figure out.
podcast ghetto today.
It's super ghetto, dog. Listen, dog. Listen, listeners. This is what happens sometimes when you go live on the air. I said it's ghetto.
Taking notes. I'll provide the music. Taking notes off the keyboard.
All right.
What you following me for?
Yeah.
It's a room full of big What you following?
I don't think I'm ready to pod yet, y'all. Hey. I got a whole vibe going over here. I got the Hennessy pulled up. I got the Red Bull in the cup. What's that, Kyrie? Go ahead, bro. I don't think I'm ready to pod yet, but go ahead. What's the word?
Send me that song. That song made me want to get in the shower with all my clothes on it.
Go ahead. It make you want to do what?
Listeners, roll up.
It make you want to do what now?
Hey, send me that song. That song made me want to get in the shower and with all my clothes on and stand there in slow motion, and then go drink a wine cooler, write poems to my ex.
But I ain't ready to song. I'm ready to pod yet. Hold on a second. I'm gonna run this back right quick. I think I'm ready to pod now.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to pod now. I just had to set to play a few vibes. You know what I'm saying? Lift the spirits up because your Samsung got me in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie is looking at me. Kyrie is looking at me with a very straight face right now, y'all. He acting like he don't want to move. He acting like he glitched out. I'm about 100% sick of your damn Samsung. You still mad?
Hey, listeners. This is for Jerome, so y'all can see that.
Yeah, but listen, man, it's been a hell of a week, so I had to come in here and play some vibes, man, set the mood, change the tone up, lift some of y'all energy, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to set the mood right, man. But we ain't got too much to talk about today on the docket, just a few topics. But the first one, Kyrie, what you want to touch on that Stephen A. Smith thing? Let's start there.
Yeah, so basically, Stephen A. Smith. You already know the Brooklyn Nets got swept out the playoffs. So first off, let's talk about that. How y'all feel about the Nets getting swept? Like crazy, not crazy? Was that y'all expectation? What happened? Expectation? What y'all thought?
Trey, you can go ahead and start, bro.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I thought that was going to happen. I definitely didn't think they was going to get swept.
Yeah.
But it just all of it is hilarious because when Kyrie and KD came over, the team that they had was a championship team. They traded all those players away to get James Harden, who ultimately isn't there anymore, and it's just Kyrie and KD. You know what I mean? So I think that was just stupid to
Yes.
begin with. But I still think I didn't think that they were gonna. No, I absolutely thought the Bucks would be playing them next round.
You thought
J Mac said y'all better not stop.
we better not start. Hey, J Mac, call my phone right now if you have anything to say about while we talking about basketball. Call my cellular device, and I will tap you into the podcast so the listeners can hear you. I definitely
call him, but
yeah, I definitely didn't see them getting swept out in the first round, bro. Not at all, not even close. It just proves that Steve Nash is a horrible coach. To me, that's what it proves more than anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Udoka was amazing with his defensive sets, with his defensive schemes. I mean, but I swear I didn't see this coming, bro. Not against Boston. I think the rule change helped a lot because it wasn't a lot of those ticky-tack fouls being called. They let them boys play, but yeah, this was completely out of the ordinary for me. I was not seeing this at all. Oh, there he is. Let me tap the bad guy in. Y'all.
He's gonna go on a
hey, this is Jerome Williams from the Unlabeled podcast. Is this Justin McAfee? Is this Justin McAfee, or do you want me to hang up the phone? Justin, turn your YouTube down, please. He can't hear me. He can't hear me for some reason. Justin, turn your YouTube down and call back because that's all I heard was feedback. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the Nets series. All right, here you go again. Let me answer this. Justin,
that's you on YouTube. What you talking
that's
about?
not me on YouTube, bro. That's you.
Yes, it is. You on my other phone. I'm listening to your.
Cut
YouTube.
the volume down, you dingbat. This is why we don't have This is why we don't have callers in on the show. Yeah, you can hear me through the phone, fool. You ain't got to worry about the show right now. No, you don't, dog. Just talk. What do you have to say about the Nets, bro? Listeners, this is one of the original members of the Unlabeled podcast. He's called in the show to be a disruptor as usual, per usual. What do you have to say about the Nets and their early exit from the first round?
Yeah, man. Well, you know.
Turn your goddamn YouTube down before I hang up the show on you, dog.
Bro, I don't have the YouTube up no more. It's
okay.
Up. I'm in my basement chilling, bro.
Okay, now go ahead now.
You're going to get your ass ribbed. That's what's going to happen.
Let's go. Let's go. Live on the air. Let's go.
Hey, man, real bad adjustment or lack thereof by Steve Nash.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I ain't too mad with him getting swept. I am because KD don't get to bust niggas' ass next round.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited to see this Boston series because it's going to be very entertaining, I think. I hope it live up to the hype that we thinking it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? You don't ever want it to be no hype. You know how that go.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, man, Steve Nash is a very bad coach. I think he got a lot of learning to do, but I think this could be the gift and the curse for him. You know what I'm saying? A lot of player coaches, I personally think they need to get his ass up out of there and get Mark Jackson in there. After all, he did build the dynasty that keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about Steve Nash not running Kevin Durant off any screens during that series?
Well, I feel like it wouldn't have mattered if he did because of the lineups he was playing. Like, how don't you play LaMarcus Aldridge 1 minute? He had the big kid Sharp from North Carolina, who was projected in top 10 preseason. He played him when Aldridge was injured. He had 15. It's kind of like what Vogel was doing with Dwight. Every time Dwight played, he had a monster double-double.
Mm-hmm.
You just ain't using your weapons. You got them young wing defenders that can knock down the open three. You ain't playing them. And then you incorporate BG later, who is not the same BG, but he plays hard and he plays defense, and that's just what he's done his whole career. Even if he's not athletic as he used to be, he can play some defense, as we've seen, once you put him in the game. So I think, running them off of screens and shit like that don't matter if you ain't got the right personnel in.
Yeah.
It just really don't matter.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing you can do unless you got you got to match fire with fire. You got Horford who can match up with Aldridge very well. And Aldridge averaging 16 on a year. You didn't play him 1 second. It got to the point where you watch the first game, he in the middle of the bench. By second, third game, he like, hold on, I ain't even gonna play. He's sitting at the last place on the bench, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In your closeout game, you gonna play from in second, quarter, third, and the
yeah.
Well, he started.
Yeah, one of our listeners, right, Brandon, wanted to know what's the over under on Steve Nash getting fired next season. You think he'll get fired?
I think he will, bro, because of that power.
Dog, you a fool, man.
J-Mac breaking up too.
Yeah, just a little bit, but man, Justin, I appreciate you for calling in, man, giving us a little bit of your insight. Just wanted to get your voice on the podcast because you ain't been on here since before the 100th episode, so you made the show again, brother.
All right, bro, man. P3 cooking right now too. You got tuned in. So
yeah. Oh yeah, we gonna tap in, bro. But let's get back to the show, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right, family. Peace.
All right. So, speaking on what J-Mac said, Steve Nash is a horrible coach. He was out there watching the game like us. He was just out there chilling.
Listen.
But anyway,
hey, what's the owner's name of the Brooklyn Nets?
I have no clue.
I think he's like Russian or something like that. But I'm almost positive him and Steve Nash is golfing buddies, and they was just golfing. He said, "Hey, you want to coach?" That's how he out there coaching, bro. He said, "I got Kyrie and KD.
Mm-hmm.
What could go wrong?" Like that's how he coaching.
Kyrie and KD,
hey,
but so
what can go wrong, bro? Like, I mean, we could have done a better job of coaching.
Yeah, man.
Like, low key, probably because he was just out there watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
But basically, Stephen A. Smith, going back to Kyrie, what Stephen A. Smith said was he thought Kyrie wasn't going to play because of the war starting in Ukraine. And I thought that was foul. Like, I'm like, man, like, we already know Stephen A. be getting on people and everything like that. But I didn't think that comment was necessary. Do y'all think that was out of pocket, or you think it is what it is?
No, he was absolutely out of pocket because he knows that Kyrie is very passionate about pretty much anything to do with war, just people in general. Bro.
Yeah, social justice,
like
civil unrest, all that
any
stuff.
Social justice, bro. Like he speaks on that. He's the person that has said like basketball isn't everything. You know what I mean? Like this is a job. He cares about a lot of things that go on in our government. Just he's very outspoken about it. So it was a very low blow because that is something that Kyrie, would be very passionate about, that war. And even to speak on that war, because there's a lot of things going on, over there and stuff. A lot of people dying, children dying. To even make a joke about that isn't funny whatsoever. You know what I mean? He just was emotional because he's from New York. I get it, but I think it was bogus.
Yeah, I think he was 100% out of order for that. Go ahead, Kyrie.
Yeah, no, I basically agree with Trey. My thoughts of it, I was just like, bro, when did Stephen A. Smith get held accountable? Because it's not the first time he said something flagrant that we know of. He said a couple things, and I don't really hear nobody talking about. I know Jamie Foxx had, sent out a tweet that told him, like, your comments on that situation was wrong. And it was wrong because there's a lot of stuff happening over there. But for me, it just creates, like, the insight that we only care about things when they personally affect us. Like, I don't think Americans like take a lot of stuff seriously. Like, why would you say that, bro? That's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're the one country where we don't really have to worry about the rest of the world, but the rest of the world has to worry about us and the decisions that we make and everything like that. So to kind of say that, I just felt like it was super out of context, and dude got to get held accountable for that. Like, that's messed up, man.
Yeah, Stephen A. always kind of talking out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? He kind of just shoots from the hip a lot of the time, you know what I'm saying? And I believe he's been held accountable for some of the things he said over the years, but more so athletes and other professionals checking him for misspeaking or speaking out of turn when it comes to professional athlete. But he do get away with a lot, and that's only because he's the cash cow for ESPN. So I just think as long as other athletes and high profile people hold him accountable, he can be checked for it and apologize. But I think he definitely owe Kyrie an apology because he always talking sideways about Kyrie to me.
Yeah, like let that man. I think he said something about Kyrie doing Ramadan too, if I'm not mistaken. But we're not gonna quote that just because I want to do the fact check on that. But he been pretty flagrant towards Kyrie, and we know he don't keep the same energy with all athletes. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little crazy situation. But that's all I really wanted to talk about on that note.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question though, because you did bring up the Ramadan situation. Because a lot of people were saying that Kyrie looked tired out there during the first round or whatnot. Is Kyrie a Muslim? Is that what he observes?
I believe he does. So he was fasting during the playoffs from sun up to sundown.
Yeah. So yeah, that can definitely affect your play because he did look gassed out there to me, especially in Game 3. But I thought it was more so because he hadn't really played that much this season, and I think had he been playing, it probably wouldn't have had the fasting. Probably would have
had a little bit better.
Yeah, with a little bit better. So I think it was kind of effective both because he didn't play very much at all this season. And basketball, you got to play it to get in the rhythm and the routine of it. So.
Right.
Yeah. Right, and then you in the NBA playoffs on top of that, and I believe Ramadan they don't eat or drink anything from sun up to sundown, so he ain't even have like water if I'm not mistaken.
I think into the playoffs. If I'm remembering correctly, I think water is the one thing you can have, but I could be wrong. It is okay. Yeah, I could be wrong. So, I don't observe. So anyway, so I guess we can move on to this Ben Simmons topic. So. We like to talk about. Well, I guess I'll just start off with. I know everybody ain't been under a rock. Like Ben Simmons didn't play at all in his first rounds in the playoffs, and he hasn't played a game of basketball for. He didn't even play last season, right?
No, he played last season. He didn't play all of this season. After the playoff situation, he didn't play.
Yeah, so he didn't play all of this season. So. It was a lot of controversy surrounding Ben Simmons and his not playing. A lot of people call him soft and all this type of stuff. But it was one thing that somebody brought up to me that I completely wasn't aware of, and it was the situation with Ben Simmons' sister. Are y'all familiar at all?
Not really. A little bit.
Okay, so go ahead, Trey.
No, I was going to just say a little bit. I heard there was something to do with her, last season that he was affected by it, but like not in detail or anything like that. So
okay, yeah, but basically last season, she had released a slew of tweets, basically saying that her half brother, he goes by the name of Sean Tribe. This is an article from Fox Sports, by the way, had been sexually assaulting her from a kid. It's the half brother, so. She later on lost a defamation case to him where she had to pay him about $500,000. For defaming her half brother or whatnot, but I believe Ben Simmons had been saying he was suffering from a mental block where he couldn't play, where that was affecting his back, and a lot of people was like, a mental block, you just soft, you're a kid or whatever. Mind you, Ben Simmons is only 25 years old, and finding out this type of news about your family, I think it has some kind of effect on you as a person, right? How would y'all feel if this was to come out about y'all sister and your half brother?
Yeah, so first off, you got to take a look at the fact that Ben Simmons, again, he's 25 and he's in a circumstance that none of us ever experienced before. Like, he's a high profile athlete. Like, there was so much controversy going on around everything with his play, and he got to deal with this personal thing. So when personal stuff happens to us, it affects our work, it affects what we doing, and our mentality towards those things. So I definitely think that if I heard that news and I was in his situation, I understand that. I can have empathy on that.
Yeah. Well, Trey, how do you feel? How did you feel about it? About him not playing and
it's also a different generation as well. You know what I mean? So Jerome, me and your generation, we went through. It was just a lot tougher. I don't want to get into detail about the things that we went through, but you know what I mean. Just being raised in the things that we had to grow up a lot faster and stuff like that. So our minds were kind of already trained for society. From our parents, and he's a lot younger. So the younger generation is a lot more fragile. You know what I mean? And that's what people don't take into consideration, especially the Stephen A. Smiths and, you know what I mean? These are older people. They you got to be tough. You got to be tough. But the newer generation, bro, they didn't grow up like that. So you got to treat them accordingly. You know what I mean? And so if that is the issue, I mean, my woman's a nurse. I even asked her about that. I said, could, mental health issues have something to do with your back or, affect your back? She said, absolutely. I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So if that's real, the information that they gave, bro, that's serious, and everybody fucked up for even making fun of dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real fucked up. So
yeah. Go ahead, Kyrie. What you want to say?
Yeah, my thing is, you know what I'm saying, and I just feel like after the Chadwick Boseman situation, or even after certain situations when we see celebrities or these people in certain predicaments or things are happening, like, again, we kind of got to be courteous of these people have personal lives too, you know what I'm saying, and they got things going on in the background that we can't necessarily see with their career. So again, it's just kind of a reminder, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what everybody's going on, like got going on in their personal life, and don't necessarily judge a book by its cover. I think a lot of people have opinions on how they would have handled the situation differently. I think everybody would have handled it, differently for the most part. But you also got to understand, like, this kid, he's 25. He got people in his ear. He's doing what these people are telling him to do, and it might not necessarily be the best advice available to him. So you got to look at his circle and the people around him and the advice that they're giving him and the situation that they put him in. I don't think that helps him either.
Yeah, I don't think that helps at all. And and we all know, like in the black community, like mental health has always been like taboo. So to me, I was on the same thing. Like, man, I'm not understanding this kid, why he ain't playing. I was like likening them to like AD. Like, these young kids are just soft nowadays. But when I actually found out that he had this family issue going on, and how it possibly could be affecting them, especially because we know stress is a killer. Like, not only is it a killer, like, it can completely immobilize you. We've done several episodes where we talk about depression on the show or whatnot, and just seeking therapy and everything. So I think that the media is definitely handling them a little rough. I think there is some accountability on his part, because you do have, when you're a professional athlete, and you play a team sport, there is some accountability on your part as well. But I think his publicist, his whoever's handling this, just not doing a good job, because this could, if we would have known that this was the issue, or so to speak, is the issue, you know what I mean? Like, this could be handled with a lot more respect, because we've seen NFL players come out talking about how they've had mental health issues, how they deal with childhood trauma, and it's affected them on the field, you know what I mean? And they were praised for being, quote unquote, brave, for coming out and speaking about mental health and whatnot. So I think whoever his publicist is need to be fired, because they could handle this in a completely different way, and it would give the public a better understanding of actually what's going on with him. And maybe he can become a spokesperson for even mental health. You know what I mean?
Blade said, "Why y'all not talking about the Lakers?"
I was just about to get into
talked
that.
about them scrubs.
All right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my team's still in the playoffs.
You ain't got
I thought we was on the same. First off, First off, Kyrie, don't even start right there. I am a Milwaukee Bucks fan. Everybody knows that. I'm also a LeBron fan. I want my guy to win one more ring before he retires.
You ain't got to justify nothing for these listeners.
So we ain't gonna start that. My team's still in the playoffs. So is my team. Blaze and me and you supposed to be on the same side, bro. Don't bring up the Lakers, bro.
Hey, Blaze, you're not welcome back. I'm handing your pink slip right now, live on the air. No, I'm just
Blaze. I'll absolutely send you the link.
That's hilarious. No, I'm just messing with you. But,
we out here, bro.
But anyway, while we on the topic of the NBA, since we didn't really wrap up the Ben Simmons thing, but like I said, I just think that his publicist can handle that a lot better. But
for sure,
also, while I was watching the game right before we started this podcast, I was watching the 76ers and Toronto play. Listen, bro, the Bucks gonna easily get into these conference finals. I'm just gonna say it now, fam. Like, nobody matches up against us well, bro. Like I love what Udoka is doing over there with Boston, but I don't think they're gonna stand a chance at all against us, bro. I just don't think. I don't think they got.
They ain't got the size.
They ain't got the size, exactly. So what's that?
Bro, literally, the Brooklyn Nets were the only thing that would stand in front of them if they wouldn't have imploded. Like I thought that they would with James Harden. But if they would have been healthy, wouldn't imploded, that's the only thing I would have worried about, bro, because that's a lot of firepower. And I know our team is better, but Kevin Durant he like that, bro. So like somebody like that, bro, he almost beat us last year by himself. You know what I'm saying? So had they not imploded, bro, I thought they would have been the scariest team to face. But my brother Kendall, our unlabeled brother, he called them imploding as soon as it happened. So, you know what I mean? That was it, bro. After that, we're definitely going to the finals. Like, it ain't even no question.
Yeah,
And it's
Absolutely.
damn near looking like a two-peat because if you look at the West, it ain't really no teams. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Phoenix Suns, and we seeing they really not built like that. You know what I'm
Golden
saying? Like the
State
Pelicans
is the team coming out the West. Like
Yeah.
the Golden State, that's the only team you got to worry about.
And Golden State don't match up against us at all either, so I think it's a wrap. I think Milwaukee Bucks got an easy path to the finals. So
I'm gonna tell Brandon shut up. He's talking about the Miami Heat, boy. If you don't get the
barring injuries. Barring injuries, by the way, I want to put that out there.
No, I mean like what he said though. Miami Heat, all they are the second tier Bucks. That's it's almost the same culture, bro. Like defense first. They just don't have the star power that we have, and they're nothing as well.
Jimmy not gonna get it,
but they are the second tier Bucks though. Like how they play, tough team, bro. Like they grind for it. I love the Miami Heat, and they might make that. You know, I mean, whatever. But nah,
they're not winning that.
it's over for them too.
Okay. But Kyrie, you want to talk about this Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation? Aqua bitch is what I like to call her. Aqua bitch.
Yeah, I call her Aqua ma'am.
Aqua ma'am. All right, you way more respectful than I am. But let's get into it, man. Like go ahead and inform our listeners, brother.
All right, so basically, this Amber Heard trial is wild. Like, I don't know if y'all heard or like any of the details of it. So basically, let me recap 2 years ago what the trial's about. Johnny Depp is suing Amber Heard for a defamation case for $50 million. She turned around and countersued for $100 million. What he's suing her for is an article she wrote in 2018 talking about the domestic abuse that she suffered throughout her life. And Johnny Depp felt like that article slandered his image, right? So basically, they're in this case right now. If you guys don't know, there's been a lot of drama with domestic abuse on both ends of the spectrum. You know, Johnny's saying he's never touched Amber and everything like that. And we don't really have no proof if he did or if he didn't. All I can speak on is the facts and evidence. However, it's a big stain on Amber Heard because she was supposed to be basically a beacon for domestic violence when it comes to women. But comes to find out, Amber Heard was the domestic abuser. She threw a bottle at this man, which chopped off part of his index finger or his middle finger, whatever it was. Right. And one of the most shocking things that came out, and I'm going to talk to y'all about this, and this is what Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp. What if y'all woman got so mad at y'all that she took a shit on y'all side of the bed and sent you a picture of it? Because that is what Amber Heard did to Johnny Depp. Yeah. What do you do in that situation? You see a big Stanley steamer on your pillow. Like what y'all doing with that?
Do you want to know? Would you like to know what Montre would do or K-Ron?
What would Montre do?
Both of them.
What would Montre do?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even going to throw that in the picture. So what would K-Ron do? Call the police. She's going to jail. She's going to jail, bro. You sitting, and I'm gonna pick you up too, because I love you.
Hey, dog, you sending your woman to jail for taking the shit on your pillow?
She needs something. Therapy or jail?
How about therapy first?
That shit ain't gonna work because that means this motherfucker is that crazy over me that she could take a shit
and send you a picture.
Listen, and you can't break up with her because you're gonna wake up dead. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. You gotta slow grind that breakup if she's taking a shit in your bed. So I'm just saying.
Well,
my mother. This is an old saying my mother used to say: "You going to jail or hell fucking around with me." Straight up. Jail or hell.
Look, I do not 100% condone domestic violence. But where is the bus driver at that said you going to jail now? Hey, I would have brought him in the house. I'm not finna catch a charge. But
hey, let me tell the listeners.
You have got to call your female cousin. I feel like every black man has that female black cousin. That's about that motherfucking shit.
No, we not putting our black women in harm's way over a turd.
No. Listen, you don't have to put them in harm's way. You can be organically having a conversation and be like, man, this crazy bitch shit. In my bed.
So
your cousin, you listen, that cousin, that favorite cousin that loves you, she ready to go. You know, I cut the shit out that bitch. She ready, bro.
And I done seen my cousin beat niggas up, so I already know.
Right. we had.
I have a cousin that is 4'11". She is a motherfucking pit bull. Listen,
that's disrespectful.
She is not who you want to listen. She be shacked in the fool. I'm not playing with you, dog.
Hey, listen, bro. We not putting our black women in harm's way, man. Black women, it's a thread going on around Twitter right now about how often black women have to fight. And oftentimes men growing up, like as almost like a rites of passage, like and this is what you're speaking of right now. Some of the trauma that our black women experience, bro, and we not putting them in harm's way over some shit. Wash them goddamn covers, burn them, throw them away.
What did I just say? I said organically.
Okay, I know what you organically saying, nigga.
And she's like, what do you mean? How am I putting her in harm's way? If I tell her no, she might fight
all
me.
bullshit.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
What about
and you saying it like Amber Heard got hands.
Right.
No, but I'm just talking about what Jerome just said. What about the fights that we've gotten into and we don't even know? We be having beef because of our sisters and our female cousin. Stop it. Can it go both ways, please? Is there anything about men that be in beef with other men?
Trey, how many female cousins have you defended? How many female cousins have you fought growing up? Have you fought for? Have you fought for? I'm sorry, not fought. Have you fought for? How many female cousins, sisters, aunties? How many of them have you fought for? Because it sounds like you about to start capping. Capping.
Two.
Look, capping.
Low key, the two that I'm talking about, but I'm not gonna say their name. Okay.
Why? I've
only been talking about two people.
Yeah. You fought in their honor. You fought to defend them, correct?
You said what?
You fought to defend them.
No, we didn't get.
Look at his face, shot. Listeners, look at his face.
Argument,
he full of
it. Yeah. No, I just said we didn't have a physical fight, Jerome. I'm just saying, like, where I'm arguing with somebody because they put me into some shit. That's what I'm saying. So what are you talking about?
I'm telling you what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Well, let me tell my listeners.
What are you talking about?
I've had several.
What are you talking about?
I've had to defend my female cousin several times. So I
so
walked somebody completely down the block for throwing mud on my favorite cousin's jacket that she had just got. I beat him from one end of the corner.
You can't even talk on Jerome's sister and he going crazy. Stop it. What are you talking about?
But what I'm saying is I'm not putting my female cousin hard way over no shit, because that's what we talking about in this Amber Heard case.
She's completely wrong. So we gonna start right there. But I was just going off of what you were saying. I'm just saying. Well, it's both ways when it comes to that. You were saying let's not put our black women in harm's way. Mm-hmm. But okay, it's both ways though. I can't help it if my cousin or a sister wants to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they love me. I don't know what to do.
And my mother. I think my mother's trying to protect our YouTube algorithm. She keeps asking me to say number 2 instead of shit. So we're gonna have to say number 2 from here on out. Well, anyway, Mom. I'm glad you're here, Mom, for this episode, because I want to tell the listeners an embarrassing story about me and about the time that I took a number 2 in a significant other bed. It was not on purpose, and this is the reason I don't drink Seagram's gin anymore. But I'll spare y'all the details. But I definitely
can't believe you're about to tell everybody this. This is hilarious.
Nah, I'm not gonna tell them, dog. I'm just letting you know that it happened. Okay.
I got a story too. Low key might tell everybody.
Hey, Kyrie, I told the story on the podcast, so you can embarrass yourself today, because I told the story before, and I'm just gonna let you know it happened, and it was an accident, and the woman decided to stay with me. So Kyrie, what you can tell the listeners your embarrassing story.
No, before Kyrie goes, Jerome, did you pee in the bed or what happened?
I said I took a number 2. We can't say the S word no more.
Okay. I just wanted you to.
Yeah, I took a number 2, but it was on my side of the bed, and it wasn't on purpose, and it was because I was drunk off Seagram's gin, and I had a dream that I was going number 2, so I kind of went number 2 on myself in real life. And the woman decided to stay with me, and we was dating at the time. I have no idea what made her decide to stay.
Kyrie wasn't listening because you see his face when he heard that you took a number 2 on yourself in the bed.
Yes,
with your woman.
Yes,
hilarious.
And and listen, the funniest part about the story though was like, listen, when I grabbed the sheets and I was like, get up. Bro, I took all the sheets off the bed in one fell swoop, dog, and was holding.
To be disgusted with you.
I was holding the sheets on my butt.
All right, dog. Okay.
Hey, thank y'all for tuning in for Unlabeled Podcast.
No, go ahead and tell your story, dog. Like, listen, dog. This is why. Listen, Amber Heard did that by accident, bro. I'm not blaming her, dog.
Cap.
No.
Cap.
What do you mean? She had to go and she waited for him to leave.
And sent him a picture, bro. You know how crazy you have to be to do that? Like, I want
I would call the Ghostbusters on her. Straight up.
No, I told you. That's why
I call her.
That's why I call her Aqua Bitch. She called her Aqua Ma'am, dog. Like Amber Heard been running Johnny Depp fade since 2016.
Bro.
And like running his fade, fam. Amber Heard is listen, fam. Y'all don't remember because this is in the news cycle now, so y'all just not hearing about all these crazy stories. Listen, fam, I remember in 2016, well, no, actually it was 2017, 2018 time frame, where they released a joint statement where Johnny Depp was talking about Amber Faye beating him up. I'm Amber Faye. That's what I'm gonna call her, Amber Faye. Amber Faye, because she was running his fade. Like, so, like this has been going on for years, by the way, y'all. Like, and this is what happened when you a simp. Johnny Depp is he is a habitual monogamist. He just jumps from one relationship to another without getting to know these women. He's attracted to them, and this is what happened when you a simp, fam. Because then you fall for women like this who are a little bit toxic, and like Johnny Depp clearly likes
don't know when to cut them off.
And don't know when to cut them off. And like, fam, like all you got to do is cut them off, Johnny Depp. Stop being a serial monogamist and dating these women that have these issues. Like, fam, Johnny Depp been married like 5 times, like a ridiculous amount of times. Like, the dude need to relax. Like, he need to take some time and know himself.
You think that he knew she would take number 2 in his bed?
Bro, listen, dog. Does Johnny Depp strike you as a person that just like to walk through life sober, Trey?
But it's
no,
not.
I mean, obviously he's.
Look, and Trey, it's not even about that part. What Rome is saying is, you shouldn't even got to the point to where this woman defecated on your side of the bed. You should have been cut her off.
I mean, there are signs, you know.
Yeah,
there's signs.
Like when she ran his fade the first time, and they had to release a joint statement and was saying, well, I did some crazy things and I've done some crazy things, and now you suing her later on, like
so she physically assaulted him, correct?
Several times. She's admitted it publicly
several times.
Yeah,
she had to admit it after that recording came out.
But guess who would have defended him though? That favorite female cousin.
All right, listen, man. Do we have?
They're trying to tie in that.
That's what I'm saying. Do we have? What's the next topic, dog? Let me
listen.
This up right quick.
Listen, it wouldn't even got that far because she would have been ran the fade. She would have been so terrified of that cousin. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hey, man, stop being simp. Don't jump from one relationship.
While we talking about turds on the bed, Montre TV in the back just said cheesy or whatever it was. It was a Culver's commercial. No, it was on C.
Hey, don't do that. But don't do that Butterburger and Seagram's gin. You definitely gonna be going number 2 in your significant other bed.
I got the future videos playing in the background, man. I got the ads up.
All right. Anyway,
I'm living pretty good, but not good enough to pay for YouTube.
All right.
Premium.
Why don't you just do like you do with everything else and log in as me?
I was.
No, what are friends for?
No, well, I think low key. I think what happened when the same issue I had with this thing, it knocked me off of my Google. So, but what did you want to tell your embarrassing story, Kyrie? Or do you have anything else to add to Amber Heard and Johnny Depp situation?
I actually have a reason for my embarrassing story. Yours was just wild. All right, so
wild, intoxicated night. That's
absolutely.
Take it back to 2011. All right, I was in Fort Benning for training. I was in basic training, right? And there was some stomach bug going around base. I didn't even know I had this stomach bug. Y'all remember Fire Guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I woke up to do, actually it was staff duty. I woke up to do battalion staff duty. I did my little hour shift because we used to rotate and everything. And I'm feeling terrible. I'm like, why am I feeling like this? And it's like 3:00 in the morning. So I'll go back, man. So I go back and I get in my bed, you know what I'm saying? And Rome, I used to have my little sleeping bag on top of my cover so I didn't have to make my bed anymore. You remember them tricks, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm in my sleep and I'm just farting, just passing gas, and I'm like, and you know how you sleep and you like fart, but you ain't really awake. And I'm like, damn, I'm tearing this shit up, just letting it loose. Hey, dog. I actually woke up and I looked at my sleeping bag and it was liquid.
Your sleeping bag had a paint. His sleeping bag had a paint job on. That's what it was. Hey, listen, dog. This episode is taking a very wild turn. I don't think I want to have this conversation anymore. So let's go. Let's go home. Let's move on to the next topic.
I know we finna tell this story. Hey, look.
Hey, listen. For all the listeners who don't know, right? So all the listeners don't know, y'all can tell that we've been friends. We're not just co-hosts on the podcast. We've been friends for a very long time. My tray is full of it because I know a couple of.
I've never shitted on myself.
But you peed.
Hey, but look,
you've peed on carpets. You peed in trash cans in your own house because you couldn't find the bathroom.
Trey a raccoon.
Oh God, he a raccoon, dog.
Okay. So I'm not being high and mighty. I'm just saying you're disgusting.
I'm not being high and mighty. He had to break out a church word.
That's wrong, though.
Bro, listen. You don't have to throw my dirty laundry out there. I'll do it myself.
He did,
you know. Shit, I recently pissed in the bed with my woman, so I don't, you know. Till this day,
I would have lied and said it's Mountain Dew.
She thought it was sweat. Till this day, okay, yeah.
And she don't know it's sweat no more.
Hey, it was her fault anyway.
I'm gonna make sure she watched this. I'm gonna make sure she watched this segment of the episode.
Listen, it was her fault anyway. She bought this cover that was like, you know, probably like 570 degrees. Once you put it on, like it was just this big overly, just, you know, out of control. So I'm dying on it. You know, I'm sweating a lot. You know, you have a dream, blah blah blah, whatever. But I told her that it was so hot, I was sweating the whole night. That's what happened. It doesn't have, and she bought that. Though, I mean, it's obviously cap, but I mean, I did like a whole bottle of Don Julio. That's probably why. That's the real reason. But you know,
hey, y'all niggas gonna let me finish telling my story, dog.
Oh, I thought you was done. My bad. Keep going, bro.
No, this was actually serious. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, I literally, once I realized what I did, I grabbed my sleeping bag and took it to the shower, like rinse it off, went to the laundromat, washed this shit, right? But anyway, we was in formation, we was getting ready to run, and I just threw up and passed out. Like, I literally had to go to the hospital. Like, I woke up and niggas was doing CAT scans. I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, I'm in the hospital, my breath stank, I done shitted on myself, and I'm just like, bro, what is going on? But yeah, I had some virus at Fort Benning, dog, and it literally took me out. I was in the infirmary for like a week.
I mean, it's not funny, but
that's
it's funny now because I'm like,
because you alive.
You didn't die.
He said it's funny now because I'm alive.
So we can laugh. You didn't die.
That is not funny, dog. That sounds very, very painful and not pleasant.
Yeah, so I was trying to let the audience know I was clearly dying. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't do it because I was off no Seagrams.
Oh yeah, Seagrams, man.
Jerome didn't have a virus.
No, I didn't have a virus. I had a virus called Bumpy Face. That was the virus. Bumpy Face Gin. Listen, all right, man. But now for a more serious topic, we want to serious y'all right out the way. But for everybody who what was that? Did y'all hear my voice crack? I said, but I can't even read.
We might have to delete this episode.
Yeah, on God, this might have to be a throwaway. But for everybody out there who swears up and down that, you know, black people don't need reparations, I don't know. I'm not sure if our listeners heard, because we've been going for a while. A couple of days, we've been doing a lot of interviews. Matter of fact, I hope y'all really enjoyed those last couple of episodes that we did. We want to bring something a little bit different for y'all. We had my good brother, All Names Taken On. Go stream his music, very dope brother. May 28th, he got a show up in Dallas. Be on the lookout for that. We'll post links and keep y'all updated as far as that's concerned, because we want to do a live episode at the venue. Also, our good brother Biddle, Milwaukee's own. Shout out to brother Biddle, real dope artist as well. Go check out that interview as well. Hopefully y'all enjoy and these artists we're going to. We got another artist coming for y'all next week too. We was actually gonna have them come on tonight, but we all had emergencies this week, so change the plans. But yeah, definitely go. Like I said, go stream them independent artist music, man. That helps a lot. These brothers are doing good work, so definitely go stream that. But for everybody who out there who loves to say that black people don't need reparations, I'm bringing y'all this story. This story is from HNGN.com. I'm not sure what this headline and global news. This was posted on Thursday, April 28th, which is today. And it says, Harvard pledges $100 million in reparations after reports find that the university enslaved more than 70 people. So Harvard University has pledged to set aside $100 million for an endowment fund that will be used for reparations for victims of slavery after a report found that the educational institution benefited from the Vile Act. This fund is designated to be used with other measures to close the educational and social and economic gaps that are a legacy of slavery and racism had endured. Basically, the announcement was made at the university president by the university president, and in an email that was sent to all students, faculties, and the staff on Tuesday. So we've had several episodes where we talked about reparations in each state that's proposing reparations, and different cities that are doing them as well. And we've talked about how they weren't reparations, and reparations need to happen at a federal level for us to actually be considered reparations, right? But at least Harvard has acknowledged the fact, because this is one part of them the reconciliation process is acknowledging it and then actually paying it forward. And hopefully they're able to educate their their alumni moving forward on the effects of slavery in this country and how it benefited certain groups of people, and it seems that Harvard is making a huge step forward here and acknowledging this. I just wish our federal government would do it and get some of these Confederate laws and legislations and these racist laws and legislations out of our legislation, basically, so we can move forward as a country, so we can get past this, because that's the only way we're gonna get past it. What are y'all thoughts on this? Do y'all think the $100 million is just? How do y'all feel about it? Because I talked about. Go ahead, Kyrie.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's just, but I see a bigger picture here, and the bigger picture is, one, yes, they're making a step in the right direction. Hopefully, the federal government follows suit. I agree with everything that you just said. My thing is, right, is you talk about colleges like Harvard benefiting from slavery, and we look at how big Harvard is. We don't know how slavery contributed to their success, but we know it contributed to their success. My thing and my annoyance with America and how we treat reparations, how we treat slavery, how we treat everything, right, is, is the pull yourself up by your bootstraps conversation. It's the most annoying conversation ever, because it's like you're looking at what happened in modern day. You're not looking at how black people got to be in the predicament that they're in this current state. So when it was again, times of the Jim Crow era and everything like that, when our counterparts, white people, were able to get homes, black people were denied for those same homes, and now those homes have grown in equity and everything like that. So we've missed millions upon millions of dollars to be able to create an opportunity for ourselves in this country, and that's what pisses me off the most. But again, it's a step in the right direction, and hopefully whoever's at Harvard and the people that's pulling the strings and all these motherfuckers that's been in Skull and Bones and all this other shit that we know these people are in these positions of power. Harvard took a step. Y'all need to take a step too and fix this shit.
Mm-hmm. Facts. And here's a little bit digging deeper into further into the article. It says this institution was also home to intellectuals who promoted race science and eugenics in the 19th and 20th centuries. Their theories and research, one of which was a collection of photographs of enslaved people and nude students, gave critical support to people who want to justify white supremacy and other racist ideology at the time. The University Museum also has human remains believed to be from indigenous people and enslaved people of African descent. Bacow said in a statement that many who read the details of the report will find it disturbing and even shocking. The Harvard president said that the institutions benefited from and argued that in some ways perpetuated practices that were profoundly immoral. He added that the current generation bore a moral responsibility to do what is possible to address the persistent corrosive effects of such historical practices on individuals, on Howard and others, and our society. The Washington Post reported. Now, this is what I'm saying. This is our country's elite saying that something needs to be done and it needs to be acknowledged, and a lot of our people still do not believe that we need reparations, that these things didn't directly affect us generationally, you know what I mean? Yeah. And this article is pointing directly to that, and this is from our nation's quote unquote elite. So for all y'all people who like to argue that this is an argument in opposition, and like I said, so we need to kill that. We need to educate ourselves a little bit more and actually find out what these ramifications of acts like these perpetuated, you know what I mean, and what the cause of them was, so we can think more sound from an educational space instead of just our emotional space. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And here's the thing, right? The most common thing that we talk about is, oh, we don't have money for reparations. Where's the money going to come from? Have we looked at the foreign aid that Biden's given Ukraine since February? Like, what are y'all talking about? Do y'all even look at how much foreign aid gets sent out? But America don't even give a fuck about their own citizens that's here. Like our dollar means so much to this country. If we stop being consumers like we are, like, this country would fail. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even take care of us. Like, people don't even care, and they've brainwashed our own people to feel like we don't need restitution for the crimes that were committed against our ancestors. That's bullshit, because we definitely do. And it's still happening. Institutional racism is a thing. It's still happening. When we try to go get our homes appraised, we're appraised lesser than our white counterparts. There's been studies and there's been research of how realtors will recommend us to be in worse neighborhoods with poor quality schools, even though we have the the finances and the ability to be in the same homes that these white people are in. Like, I'm so tired of this shit. Like, anybody who's watching that, if you're a racist or if you're a coon, like, dude, literally fuck off, because you don't understand what we've been through over the course of generations. And for you to turn your back on your people, or for you to not even try to act like or acknowledge what's going on in the country and what's going on before your eyes. We've seen it with George Floyd. We've seen it with Tamir Rice. We've seen it with everybody. Like, we're still being murdered. We're still being slaves in these freaking institutions that they call prisons, which are really business. Like, if y'all follow the rabbit hole, y'all won't say none of the shit that y'all say, but the fact is you haven't put the knowledge or research forth to even understand what's going on. You're trying to create a solution for a problem without even acknowledging the problem. Like,
right. Stop. And then and speaking of federal aid, appreciate you for that Kyrie. But speaking of federal aid, this just came out yesterday. President Biden on Thursday unveiled a sweeping new $33 billion spending package that will provide military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine, asking Congress to swiftly approve these funds. He said were crucial to helping the Kyiv. Is that how you pronounce that, Kyiv? Prevail in, I believe that's how you pronounce that, but prevail in what may be a decisive phase in this war with Russia. It says the cost of this fight is not cheap, but caving to aggressions is going to be more costly if we allow it to happen. Biden said in remarks from Roosevelt Room in the White House. He added that we either back Ukraine people as they defend their country, or we stand by them and watch Russia continue their atrocities. What about the atrocities committed here in America? But I'm just gonna end that there, man. Like, these people, this country is wild, and for all y'all house niggas out there who's caping and saying that we don't need this as Black Americans, y'all have lost y'all fucking mind. I just want y'all to keep that same energy in about 20 years and see where we at in this country and what our standards is.
Exactly, because the way inflation is headed and how we don't have the resources and the assets that we need to have is gonna get pretty grim for Black America. So y'all need to wake up. But that's the purpose of this podcast, so we can build our community, so we can have a platform, so we can have voices to uplift everybody. But that's all I gotta say on that, man. I be getting too mad about these Black issues, bro.
It's passionate, bro.
It's warranted when you're educated.
Passionate.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Trey, but it's definitely warranted when you're educated. You don't have no choice but to be pissed off about it, because you see how like, bro, they keep telling us, oh, we ain't got money for this, and oh, we can't solve that, and the problem is too big to solve, but y'all motherfuckers just be pulling money out the ass. Biden has been doing it his whole term as a president. But anyway, man, I ain't got nothing else to add on that. We pretty much at time, bro. How y'all feeling?
Man, a good podcast, man. Good podcast. Real nice segment to end off on. But man, I'm good.
Yeah, man, straight up. Me too.
Oh man, I'm just happy that you allowed me to be back on, Jerome. So
Trey, you say this every week. Like you act like you're not.
I'm feeling blessed.
You act like you're not a permanent fixture, bro.
I'm feeling blessed.
Well, how about you be more proactive and make sure that you be a part of the podcast? Blaze said we want Trey. He said that every episode we want Trey.
hey, Blaze, I only can give you just 50% of me because I don't want Jerome to kick me off again. So you know,
yeah, due to the algorithms, man. But yeah, I apologize for the technical difficulties. Yeah, like I said, it's been a hell of a week. Next week we'll be a little bit better. Sunday we'll be back for our usual Sunday podcast at 1:30. Since we're gonna go on the hoop, so 1:30 Central. Be on the lookout for that. Like, subscribe, and Kyrie, you got anything else to add? Because you always have something funny to say about when and where to listen to this podcast.
Man, yeah. Let me see what I could come up with. You know what I'm saying? We be on the audio side of things too, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to listen to us on the audio side, make sure y'all do that. But whatever y'all do, make sure you get you some unlabeled podcasts in a week. You know what I'm saying? You cooking, you about to burn up the kitchen, get you some unlabeled podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
if you're on your way to your baby mama house because she been complaining about how you ain't dropped off diapers all month, listen to some unlabeled podcast.
Man, for real. You just got some bad news from the clinic. Get you some unlabeled podcasts on the way back.
Yeah, get you some unlabeled podcasts. You're gonna laugh and you're gonna be informed. Hey, if you got kicked out of the first round of the playoffs and your hair nappy and you got a bald spot in the middle, get you some unlabeled podcasts.
I'm done.
You done? You ain't got nothing else to add?
I ate today. My brain don't work. I have no circulation going to my brain right now.
Hey, but man, listen, we appreciate every one of y'all for tuning in this week. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, and y'all can find us anywhere you can stream podcasts, YouTube, all that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, do us all a favor and share this podcast. Like I said, we're going to continue to push forward. We're going to continue to uplift our community, man. We can continue to build this platform until we got like 1 million, 100 million, 1,000 motherfuckers following us. So go ahead and share, man, and subscribe, man. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all on Sunday with another episode of Unlabeled Podcast. Peace.